Bring the prisoner forward.
I'm a good citizen.
Hush up.
Best citizen.
Hush up. Hush up.
God-fearing man.
Hush up.
Lady, if you will grab this man here, bailiff. Would you read off the charges?
It is hereby set forth that the prisoner, Thomas Cook, carpenter at the fort at Citie of Henricus, not having the fear of God before his eyes, upon the 7th day of April in the 13th year.
I plead innocent. The vote was faulty. I cannot make it.
You are not to make your statements now. You are to plead. What do you plead?
Innocent, not guilty.
Not guilty are the words.
Culprit, how wilt thou be tried?
By my peers and by God.
God send thee a good deliverance.
May I present my case? And I know that you are not well, and I will try to take as little time as possible. Once again, I believe it's just a matter of the man has already convicted himself out of his own rascally mouth. He admits that he has not returned to church, and there is no excuse for it. However, I will relay to you and these fine people who have gathered here the details of the case. As you know, sir, you yourself gave him the order, as the carpenter, to take his boat and to row across the river. He was to leave after the 10 o'clock, after the morning service. He was to repair the work, and then he was supposed to return by the evening service. However, when he crossed the river, he ran into a Miss Alice Jones. And Miss Jones, who I believe is among us today, said that there was some issue with some chickens, which we don't want to really talk about that much, and so he had to fix the fence, and that took a little bit longer time. Would you like to call Miss Jones forward to have her testify?
Bring her forward.
Miss Jones,
Aye.
come forward, please. Bailiff,
There's no one at my fire, you sir.
Wait,
Want to
will you
eat?
come
Would you like
forward,
me-
or you will be arrested yourself?
All the time. There's no one at my fire. All the time I have to get drug into this. I am just an indentured servant. Every day it's a new charge.
Madam, quiet.
Would you swear in the witness, please?
Do you solemnly swear? Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence that you shall give forth shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Aye.
Mr. Stern,
Aye.
now this man here, Thomas Cook, do you know this man?
Him?
Yes.
This man?
That man right there.
Well, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Unfortunately.
Now,
I'm focused.
now, the question is, did he come, Mr. Jones, did he come over to make the repairs as he was supposed to?
The repairs on
Oh, the bench.
the benches?
Yeah.
The benches or the chickens?
He was not ordered to come and do anything, but you can tell us about. So what
Okay,
happened with the chicken?
There's some benches, and the benches were broken. Everything breaks here. No, it rains a lot, and then it rots, and when it's all rotten, we have nothing to do, and then everything breaks down, and then the benches were broken. But, alas, while he was fixing the benches, can I tell you about the chickens? I have these great chickens, some precious little chickens, and all the chickens in the chicken coop, I'm talking, the chicken coop was harmed again by the winds and the rain. And the chickens were escaping. And there's all these little chickens about, the little chickens are all about, the little baby chickens. And then I have my meal to cook, you know. And so I was focused on it. And then I saw this deer man and I said, oh, please, come. And I'm herding up the chickens. I'm like, yeah, chicken. I'm trying to get the chickens to come. And then the chickens were coming. And I had to gather up the baby chickens. And I'm trying to get the chickens. And the fence was broken. And he came and repaired the fence for me.
Enough about, no more about the chicken.
But have you ever seen my tiny little chicken?
Woman, stop your ramblings.
about the chicken.
But you like my chicken
Could you
stew.
step back over there?
But that is beside the point.
All right, let me ask you
The
another question.
fence was broken.
While Thomas Cook was there,
He fixed the
he
fence.
fixed the fence, and after the other thing he
Very
did,
well done.
did you give him any libation?
Well, he was thirsty.
So what did you give him?
What
Spirits?
we always drink.
What you always drink.
No,
All day long?
we always drink. He was thirsty.
And so what did you drink? What did he drink? You're not to talk now.
And
You have
then,
your chance.
so he had a bit to drink, just a bit.
Just a bit. A wee bit or a bit?
Well, a bit.
A bit.
A bit. I don't quite know, because have you seen my little chicken? I know it's even thing about us still
I
trying
have no
to get
more
the chickens
questions
about,
at
and the
this stage
chickens
of
are
this
talking
man.
Your
about.
meaningless ramblings. Get to the point, woman.
Again, a fence, a chicken, a drink. That's it. End of story.
Very good. You are dismissed now.
Can I go back to my fire?
Indeed.
Can I have
So
my
that
bowl?
That you shall not burn down the entire village.
Can I have my bowl?
Please take your bowl. It's cluttering up my desk. You may proceed.
I go too.
No. You.
So,
Hold your ground.
so after his dalliance, or his long stay there with Mrs. Jones, he left and he went across to Reverend Whitaker's place, where Mistress Marshall. Now, according to Mistress Marshall, the pigs had gotten out. And so he helped repair the pig fence, which he was not ordered to do whatsoever. And that also took time before he was able to come back. Is Mistress Marshall, would you step forward?
I
Well, will you swear her in?
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear that the evidence given before you shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Aye.
Mistress Marshall, is it true that this man stopped by Reverend Whitaker's while the Reverend was not there and was alone with you for a while under the auspices of fixing the pig pen? Is that correct?
The pig pen? He fixed the pig pen, yes.
Are you betrothed to this man?
No?
And you would not. I have words that you all are seeing one another. And you denying that in front of God, man, and all these people.
Of course I see her. I see you.
Get quiet.
Silence yourself. You will have your chance.
So how long did the man stay fixing your pig pen?
As long as it takes to fix pig pens.
This woman is being vague and obscure. How long in minutes and hours?
I didn't have my timepiece with me. I couldn't say for sure.
I have no more questions, sir. I have more important matters to get to.
You are dismissed.
Now later, he was seen crossing the river with his boat. Or actually, the sergeant here, Sergeant Smith here, step forward please. Sergeant Smith actually saw him, and this man claimed to be bailing out his boat.
Indeed.
But in reality, what I believe that he was doing was pouring water into his boat.
Aye, that's correct.
That is correct.
Correct.
Tis a lie. A lie.
And I believe what he was trying to do was to come up with an excuse for not coming back. But there is no excuse. Since this man is a carpenter, why would he have a hole in his boat?
I'm not.
Makes no sense.
That's a specialist. I do fences and roofs and such. Now, be quiet. Where is that, boat?
Silence yourself, you rogue.
Rogue? I'm a good citizen.
Sergeant,
Sir,
you're a good man.
thank you,
Thank
sir.
you for your testimony.
What I do, he fixes it.
Now,
Quiet.
that is all that I have. He's obviously guilty. He was dallying with two women today who probably didn't know that, one another. And then he comes back and he purposely sinks his own boat just so he cannot return to the evening service. This is the type of man that endangers the whole colony, and he needs to be made an example of. Well, the rest of these people will do the same thing. And we'll have anarchy.
The colony falls apart.
But he does get to say a word for himself, I suppose, if you want to swear him in.
Well, I suppose. I don't know if he's violent or things, but it will tell me.
Raise your right hand, please. do you solemnly swear that the truth is to be dealt with these whole truth and nothing but the truth, God be God?
Of course I do.
I like to see a man I'm talking to. There you go. Now, so do you deny, let me ask you just one simple question.
Aye.
Do the laws require that you go to church twice a day?
Yea.
How many times did you go to church that day?
One.
I have no more
in
questions
person.
for this now.
But my boat, no one will fix my boat. I am not a boat man. Do you not understand? This is not my job. I fix everything here, but no one fixes the boat for me so that I may go forth and back.
Do you have a boatman here in the colony?
Of course we do. Is that, you know, the guy with the beard? Smith or something of that nature. He's here all the time. He comes and goes. He has that flask, you know, raking all the time. You know the man I speak.
Your tale, Mr. Cook, is rather lame. Lame.
It is a true and good tale.
Your arguments do not hold water. What shall we do with you, Mr. Cook?
Let's say, sir, that we ask these people, I'm sure that they would convict them, but of course the final judgment is yours. Would you like to, bailiff, would you ask these people to vote by raising their hands, either guilty or not guilty?
Those of you who think the defendant, Thomas Cook, is guilty, raise your hand.
Looks like most of them. Looks like almost all of them.
Cook. Mr. Cook. Sergeant,
Get that man, bring him back.
it's making a mockery of this court. Contain
Now-
yourself, Mr. Cook.
Are there any that wish him to be innocent? I think probably none. I don't see any hands.
I shan't
Those
see
of
any
you who
hands up
think
there either.
the defendant, Thomas Cook, is innocent, raise your hand.
Not you. Well, sir, what would be your final verdict in this matter?
Mr. Prosecutor, you've well stated your case and made very valiant and relevant arguments as to the guilt of Mr. Cook. I do not find your responses to be well taken by this court. Of course, your peers have all agreed that you are indeed guilty.
They didn't pay you to
As
say
charged.
that. Probably by
Payment?
yourself.
The purse is still full, Mr. Cook. How can they be paid?
You're waiting till I'm out of the picture.
Well, we shall decide on what your punishment shall be, for you are indeed guilty. This has jeopardized the entire colony. So therefore, we shall tie you to the tree and leave you there for 3 days.
3 days?
No food,
Which tree?
a sprinkling of water. Let's see, where shall we? Oh, I see a post out there. We shall lash him to that post. Any one of you who provides him any assistance, any aid, shall find the same punishment available to you. Therefore, we must hold fast to the discipline this colony must entail, must regard in order for our survival. Therefore, Mr. Cook, we do indeed find you guilty. Guilty as charged. Now, bailiff, you may conclude the trial. Sergeant, take him over to the post and lash him.
This is an outrage. I am a
Hush
good
up.
man.
Hush up.